So I'd like to start off by addressing the elephant in the room. Aside from the fact that I am in no way trying to offend anyone with what I say in this video, I just want to say it's also very ironic that they decided to have the only Jewish person cover this topic. Now maybe it's just Jewish humor, but there is something so funny about this in itself, or that in itself, that you guys should know what you're getting yourselves into with this video. Aside from that, I refer to myself as Pepper, the spiciest host in the game, baby. So if you're looking for like a deeply spiritual answer, I will tell you guys right now, this ain't it. But if you're looking for a thought-provoking, mind-bending video in which, regardless of my conclusion, I'm gonna live in your head rent-free for at least the next 2 to 3 weeks, well, you've come to the right place, my friends. Welcome to Life's Biggest Questions. If you're new here, what took so long? Make sure to smash that like button and let's go. Now, this video could go plenty of different angles. We could speak about how Jesus may feel about the current state of Christianity and religion in general, or maybe look at how he would use his abilities, such as turning water into wine and walking on water to make some money. As you guys can imagine, I've never read the Bible. In fact, I haven't even read the Torah, and the only part of it I did read was at my bar mitzvah about 14 years ago, so I don't even know what I read. So rather than focus on what life would be like if Jesus were alive today, and he still lived according to how the Bible and history portrays him, I'm going to be coming at it from a completely different angle. And truly, the great thing about religion of any kind or belief is that it's unique to each individual person. Some don't even think Jesus ever existed, while others are certain he was a Messiah, meaning this answer, technically, would be unique for each and every one of us, based on our perception of who we thought Jesus was and how he would behave. So with all that in mind, let's start exploring this wacky idea. It's more likely than not you guys are expecting me to say something along the lines of, he would lead the religion of Christianity and would even be considered a world leader by some. Maybe he'd have a seat at the United Nations. But I'm going the total opposite way. Messiah or not, we're talking about someone who lived in a time where there was virtually no technology whatsoever. And as much as we'd all like to believe that if people from the past were to come to the present time, they'd be the exact same way they previously were, well, I can tell you guys right now, we're wrong. And again, I'm not trying to offend anyone here, but if you've watched this far, odds are you won't be offended. So back to Jesus. Well, he'd be coming into a world with cars, cell phones, the internet. Even the clothes we wear would be so significantly different from what he was used to. Jesus would go through such a culture shock, regardless of if he's the Son of God or not. But of course, this would be under the impression that he would have come back to life, and assuming he had previously lived as told in the Bible. However, another angle we could look at is if he were to be alive today for the first and only time. Now, this would change the history of the world and religion as we know it. There would technically be no second coming or BC and AD time frames. The religion of Christianity wouldn't be what it is today, if it would be even at all. And Jesus, well, he likely wouldn't be known as the Jesus we would know him as because there wouldn't be any history about the guy. It'd be almost as if he was born in, let's say the year 1960, and he's been living among the regular humans. Now, what do I mean by regular humans? Well, he's still Jesus, meaning he would still be able to do the things everyday people can't. Water into wine, walking on water, I mean, you guys know. However, as the story of Jesus goes, he appeared to be a natural-born leader and stood up for those who needed it the most. It's quite possible he does just that and becomes a leader, not only for a community, but maybe the entire world. Maybe given that he's capable of doing things no one else is able, such as healing of the wounded, we all decide he's gonna be the world leader. Then again, the idea of a world leader, I don't know, it doesn't really seem possible. All those people, so many different beliefs, I just don't think it's possible for one person in general to rule the entire world. A country though, politician maybe? Who knows? It is possible. Now, it is possible Jesus introduces the world to Christianity. I mean, the story of the Bible actually happens in 2020 or 2015 or back in 1980. You guys get it. Point I'm making is maybe Jesus does what he did in the Bible and introduces the world to a new religion. How it's accepted, I couldn't tell you, but definitely an interesting thought for sure. Aside from that, we'd also have social media, cameras. You know, if you saw someone turn water into wine, that would go viral pretty quickly. That's all I'm saying. Now, to go incredibly far-fetched and really down the rabbit hole that none of you guys likely thought of when tuned into this video, Jesus becomes a celebrity. Have you guys ever seen that episode of Family Guy, or really any of the episodes involving Jesus? Over the years, believe it or not, unsurprisingly, people online have also found a way to, well, I'll say objectify Jesus. People think he's hot, and a good-looking guy with the ability to do things no one else is capable of doing, well, that's almost a guarantee of being a superstar. I mean, look at the biggest names in the world right now. Now again, this whole idea is of course under the impression that there wasn't a Jesus prior to this one, and the one we're currently talking about was born sometime in the 1900s. As I've said in previous videos, the butterfly effect is also a possibility in which, well, one small thing that changes from the past would almost definitely completely change the future and present. And more or less saying that Jesus wouldn't have existed God knows how many years ago, no pun intended, well, I think it's safe to say that would change the world as we know it. Religions wouldn't be the same, and as crazy as it seems, even human evolution may not have been the same. There would have been different conflicts such as wars and attacks, and even the way we advance technology likely would have changed. For the better or worse, well, I can't say for sure, but I can say one way or the other. All in all, if Jesus was alive today, well, that would be very interesting, especially with social media. You guys remember when the Pope was caught liking an adult entertainer's photo on Instagram? Oh boy. It's not safe for anyone on the internet, and unfortunately, that would also mean there would be people out there trying to expose Jesus for a fraud, or try to portray him in a negative light. That being said, I can almost promise you guys he'd be verified. That's all for this one, guys. Let us know your thoughts on this one down below. Again, never my intention whatsoever to offend anyone, and for now, let's do some common replies from the video. Are some animals smarter than humans? Steve said, a sunfish is smarter than me. I don't even know what a sunfish is, but I feel like a sunfish knows what a human is, so I guess a sunfish is also smarter than me, Steve. Makes two of us. Fox Jake said, so is there a chance that my cat might be conspiring against me? I think so. Cats are like known to do things anyways, like knock stuff over. They know when they're doing stuff. Dogs too, they know when they're doing something bad, and they do it anyways, knowing that we're still gonna feed them and play with them and give them treats. It's just complete manipulation, and we're stupid for falling for it. Then again, you know, they rely on us. You have to feed your pets. If you don't, you shouldn't have one. Pedro Asvito said, well, my dog knows a few human words. I don't understand any dog words. She is technically smarter than me. That is actually accurate, because my dog has never called my name. Actually, no, my dog hasn't called my name, but he definitely comes to get me. He'll come in my room, he'll look at me, he'll put his snout in my hand. Like, there is ways to communicate, so I understand some dog communication, I guess. I am the dog whisperer, part 2. All right, guys, that's all for this one. I've been your host, Jared Bronstein. Pepper, call me Pepper, baby, and we'll see you guys soon.